So 2 weeks ago, I achieved the highest horsepower out of a 117 cubic inch bike with the CR483. The highest horsepower I'd ever seen from a 117 cube with that cam. Now guys, that bike was of course Peter's 2024 RoadGlide. We did a few other bits, we upgraded some stuff in the primary, but specifically guys, that thing had a stock intake manifold and fuel injectors. We did a CR483 camshaft, and what was really exciting, I was actually the first one in Australia to fit and tune the new Impact Wiring Solutions ECU. Now today guys, 2 weeks later, this guy Luke is actually from Sydney as well, so shout out to both of you customers for coming up to Queensland and trusting myself and Darling Downs Harley-Davidson to get the work done for you. But guys, specifically this one today is a 117 cubic inch. This is the non-center cooled, so this is the first generation of the Milwaukee 8. And both bikes are very comparable as far as setup. So both have a CR483, both have stock intake manifolds and fuel injectors, and both have Bassani 2-in-1s. Now while the Bassani 2-in-1s are slightly different, they are still quite comparable pipes. So it's going to be interesting to see just how much difference there is between the outputs of the engines. So let's get straight into this one guys. Rightio guys, finished up with the tune here. The results are pretty much exactly where I'd expect them to be out of these 117 cubes. So let's take a look at the results and then we'll compare it to the center cooled 117 cube I did 2 weeks ago. Alright guys, so there we are. As I said in the previous video, and I do know that these 483s that I do typically go into the early 120s in horsepower. So you could argue that this one is down slightly by 2 to 3 numbers possibly there, but the torque's pretty much bang on point, and it is a great looking graph nonetheless. A nice mound of torque there straight out of the gate, and very smooth power delivery. So let's compare that to, go over here, where are we? RoadGlide 2024, Peter Beekman, his final run there. Have a look at that guys. So now I do know the pipes aren't identical, so just keep that in mind, but this is as close as comparison as I could have got just by sheer luck. So both 117 cubes, both CR483s, both stock intakes, both stock injectors, and both running Bassani 2-into-1s. So the only difference obviously being, well, the major difference is being the engine. So the center cooled M8, you can see with the new cylinder head design and intake manifold is a far superior design, no doubt about it. Have a look how much torque is increased here at the hit at 2,500 RPM. We've got 123 foot-pounds of torque there, and that one made 132, nearly 133 foot-pounds of torque. Mid-range there, pretty much bang on through to the mid-range. Starts a little bit more there, but then it just, the horsepower from the center-cooled one just keeps climbing. That's a huge difference out the top end there. I would love to obviously compare both pipes identical, but you know, this was just a sheer luck opportunity to show you guys the difference between the engines in as close as comparable setup as possible. So please take that for what it's worth. I know it's not exactly the same, but anyway, I was surprised in the other video with the Impact Wiring Solutions ECU. When I did that 483, I knew it was 130 horsepower was the highest 483 I'd done in a 117. So I didn't expect that, to be honest, out of that bike. I thought it was definitely going to go mid to high 120s, so I was blown away with that. But this is a good result. I'm really happy with how this one's tuned up here today. It's exactly where it should be. Righto guys, so Luke has just left to take this thing for his first test ride since I've done the work. We're going to meet him back here shortly and get his reaction. What did you reckon, mate?
You're a genius, mate.
Happy with that?
It's awesome, mate. Like I said before, I spent 12 hours on it yesterday.
Yeah,
so
for
I know
sure.
exactly what it was before.
It's going to be a good
and
comparison.
It's not bad anymore.
Oh, that's awesome, mate.
Good, man.
Happy days.
Really
smooth, happy with the throttle?
I was very surprised with that. It's super smooth.
Yep.
It's as smooth, if not a little bit smoother, just on that initial pickup of the throttle.
Yep.
When you initially pick the throttle up and like coming out of that roundabout and things like that, that's a bit of a higher speed roundabout, but just coming
it is, yeah.
and things like that. I don't know, I felt like in the initial lap there was a bit of a jolt, but it's smooth as silk now.
No, I appreciate you coming up to see us, mate, so thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, mate.
So easy. Well guys, look, I hope you enjoyed it today. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I know Luke is going to love this bike on the way home, all the way down to Sydney. So thanks again, Luke. I really appreciate you making the trip and the effort up to come and see us here in Queensland. I love getting you guys up from down south coming up here. It means a lot to me that you guys are actually traveling that far to come and see me. So please, if you are down in Sydney or anywhere in Australia and you do want to come over and get some work done, don't hesitate, guys. My email details are all in the description of the video. If you want to get in touch with me, you can do that there, or you can call the store directly, up to you. I will see you next time.